Daniel Marins, your thoughts about this? I mean, look, Daniel, do you still have some student loans that you're paying for your education?
David, I do have some student loans, and I come from a relatively privileged background with parents that are solidly in the upper middle class, and yet we still had to take out loans to help pay for my college education. I can't imagine what people from more modest backgrounds, which is to say the vast majority of Americans, are dealing with, particularly in this economy where if you're getting a job and you're right out of college, then you're probably getting one that would pay a lot less than it would be before the recession, and so it's making it that much harder. I should say that my parents are helping me at this point pay for those loans. But yeah, David, there's a couple things here to note. First of all, the student loan debt we could be looking at something that is holding back the economy overall going forward. Because right now we've seen that housing debt has declined tremendously. Credit card debt's declined tremendously. As people's housing values have made something of a comeback. People are earning again. They're paying down their debts as the economy recovers. But student loan debt actually went up. It went up something like 20 billion in the latest quarter. It now reaches nearly $1 trillion, according to estimates. So that could be tremendous, and of course it can be garnished from wages and from even Social Security benefits later on in life. So that's a huge drag on the economy. It's a huge drag on the economic prospects of today's young people. And the second issue, David, is of course that everything to do with the Department of Justice now is looked at under the lens of the way they've treated the banks, the way they've treated Wall Street. And so whether it's the case of obtaining the phone records of the Associated Press, or a case of how they pursued Aaron Schwartz in Cambridge, Mass, or and the person who downloaded too much off of JSTOR, or and now in fact how other parts of the government are charging students for their student loans. It is always going to be compared to the free ride that the banks got and continue to get. And if we're ever going to restore fairness, there needs to be one standard. There can't be one standard. There can't be two standards, one for the rich, one for the banks, and one for everybody else. That means there's no sense of fairness, no sense of justice and equality in American society.
Well, and you've also identified that the priorities that we have now in Congress and administration and at the Department of Justice are completely out of whack. I mean, the idea that we prioritize, and look, I'm one of those people who believe, yeah, we should keep bank interest rates low. We should have low interest rates for all sorts of reasons. But it shouldn't be just for the banks. It shouldn't be just for the financial institutions.